Hi guys, welcome back to the Friday Pattern Company YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be doing a sew along tutorial to show you how to create the square neck top pattern into a button up front. So it's a quick and easy hack, shouldn't take too many modifications to the pattern itself, but I'm going to show you how I'm going to be doing that today in this video. If you are new to this channel, make sure to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. So today I'm going to be doing the square neck top, and then we're going to be doing a really simple modification to the front piece, which is to be cutting it down the centre front and then adding on an amount of fabric to be able to do a button up closure. The square neck top is a really easy make anyway, perfect if you're a beginner sewist, but if you want to, step it up a little notch and you like that kind of look, I'll insert a picture here of the look of the style of top that I've been seeing around that I really like. So that's kind of the look that I want to go for with this particular make, and I'm going to be using this lovely lilac linen fabric. I just think a square neck top with button down the front in a linen is just going to be the perfect go-to like spring summer top. First things first, I need to cut out my size, and then I will show you the modification that I'm going to be making to the front bodice. So I have my pattern pieces cut out and my fabric, and what is amazingly easy about this is you're just going to take your square neck top, the woven front piece. So I'm making this obviously in a woven fabric, the linen. I'm not sure if it would work in a knit fabric, but you could definitely give it a try. So got my pattern piece here. We're going to do the changes that we need directly onto the fabric. So I'm going to start off by pinning on the pattern piece. Also, just so you're aware, I did actually have this cut out in a larger size, and where I've had to cut it smaller, you can see the neckline's a little bit off, but I'm going to add on manually what I basically need to. So if you notice that, that's why. Also, if you're quite petite in the shoulders and you've got a smaller bust, I noticed that the neckline is a little bit too low on me. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make it a bit smaller. It will also mean having to obviously adapt the interfacing as well, but we can easily do that and match this up to the interfacing. So once your piece is on like this, I'm going to use a ruler. And you can use like a pencil, tailor's chalk, a pen, whatever you have handy. And we're going to add on 1 inch to this piece here, the bit that says fold. So I'm going to use my bit of chalk, and we're going to measure it up from this line, and we're just going to put a mark, 1 inch. And this will be adding 1 inch to obviously both pieces. And when I sew it all together, I'm going to sew it together, and then I'm going to try on the top with it open at the front, so then I can obviously adapt and take it in if I need to at this front measurement. We'll just see how much it overlaps. So I'm just taking that piece of interfacing, lining it up to where it would be on the top. As you can see, it's like an exact copy of that shape. Marking it, well, lining it up like that, and then I'm just adding a little mark on it with the same pencil where I've added that increase onto the neckline. So when I cut that out, I know to add on that same amount onto there. So a bit of a quick way of doing it. So then all you want to do is cut out all of your pieces. Cut out 2 of these. Obviously it's already on a fold of fabric, so it will be 2 mirrored pieces. Cut out the back and cut out your interfacing. Quick tip as well before you move on to the next stage, to help you with your process of the hack. You're going to obviously interface this extra measurement for the buttons and the buttonholes. So to save time later, I'm just going to, while it's flat, measure what this length is. So obviously I could use a tape measure that's longer, but in the interest of time. So we're looking at 18 inches for my measurement there. So I'm just going to write that down and note it now. So I now know later on my measurement of interfacing is going to be 18 by 1 inch. And so same again, this is the bit of interfacing. Just pinning it onto the fabric the same way as before. And then same, we need to add that little bit of extra fabric as well. Hey guys, so I've just cut out the interfacing for the front facing and the back facing, and then also those strips for the bodice front where the button holes are going to go. It's attached to me, there you go. So these measure 18 inches by 1 inch wide. Once the interfacing is ironed on, we can start with the sewing. Now obviously this is the first time I'm making this hack, but what I'm going to do is I've just had a little read through. We're going to start with instruction 1, all versions, and we're following the instruction for the woven, and we're going to get all the way, we're going to do all of this sewing right up basically until the end. So we're going to do all of it, and we're going to do the buttonholes last, so that front opening section last. So I've sewn the front body pieces to the back body, and I've sewn together my interfacing. I've also popped on one of my little woven labels. I sell these on Etsy if anyone's interested. And yeah, so now I've got to put my interfacing right side together, right side to right side like that, the neckline all the way around. And as you can see, the difference is that mine has this opening here at the front. So instead of it being a complete circle like in the instructions, it has that opening, so we can just stitch that, matching that new front edge we made all the way around the back of the neckline all the way to this side. I've serged or overlocked, whatever you call it, this outer edge, but if you don't have a serger then you can also do it where you fold it in like that, but because I've overlocked it I'm just going to keep it really flat, and where it's a lightweight linen it will look a bit nicer, less bulky. So anyway, right, I'm going to do that process, and then once I've done that and sewed the side seams together, I'm going to put it on and show you the fit of the top. So I want to show you the fit in the mirror. What I've done is sewn the sides together, and then I've just pinned these front placket pieces. Apologies if you can hear my mum and my husband in the background. So yeah, I've just pinned these bits like this with that inch fold. I'm just trying it on, and now I have got a postpartum hips going on. So this is my usual size, but if I put it together, it's on a little bit snug side on my hips. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take out, now that I've tried it on, I'm just going to take out that side seam ever so slightly. So as you can see, it will do up at the front like that. And I'm glad I raised the neckline as well, because the seam is sitting on my shoulder and it's still like nice and low. It would have been like down here, which is a bit low for me. So yeah, I think that's really nice fit in terms of how it's coming together. So all I need to do now is overlock this inside seam, fold it over and iron it, and then we'll stitch down on the edge so you'll have the same on either side. So here is the top together, and as I showed you in the mirror, it was a little bit small for me on the hips, so I've just graded it out as much as I could on the seam allowance, and then I've just finished off that seam inside with the overlocker, tried it on and pinned the front pieces to see how this front piece would look and in terms of the fit as well. So now you can see I've got the top together, then we add an inch, so all you'd need to do is turn this under an inch like that, iron it flat, and then you would sew this together. So I use an overlocker to obviously finish this edge. If you don't have an overlocker, then you could turn this in 1/4 of an inch like so, iron it, and then again I think it's 3/8 of an inch it would be, and then you would stitch that. But because of the overlocking edge, we can just go ahead and iron this. Now that is done, sewn those down, the next step is to do the buttonholes. Apologies by the way if you can hear rain, I'm in my garden studio and it is raining today. So yeah, so now it's time to do the buttonholes. So we just need to figure out how many buttons we want to put down there. I'm going to estimate that we want 8, but let's just have a look. So I'd say 8 buttons is perfect actually for the medium, but add more or less depending on how many you want, but I think 8 looks quite evenly balanced. Okay, so I'd actually say it's about 1.5 inches between each button. Okay, and then we're going to use that line to measure from 1.5 inches. I'm just doing a line to show that that's where the buttonhole starts. Just popping the button on, doing 1.5 inches to there. If I was better at maths, I would do the maths, but I'm doing it by eye because I'm not very good at maths. But you can place them however you want them to be, but this is just how I'm doing it. And then we're going to go ahead and use the buttonhole tool on my sewing machine. Sew my buttons on and I'll show you the finished top. And there we have it, you guys. This is the finished top. I'm really happy with it overall. I'm wearing it over this black long sleeve t-shirt at the moment because it's quite cold here in the UK, but I think it will be perfect for summer because it's lightweight linen, to wear it with like little high-waisted skirts tucked in, or just over like some shorts, like super relaxed kind of thing. The sizing's a little bit off for me because obviously I had to make, well, I made my usual size, which is a medium, but because of my postpartum body, I'm like smaller at the top here and then like, you know, almost like 2 or 3 sizes bigger on my hips at the moment. So yeah, it was a little bit of trial and error, but hopefully the instructions for this hack help you out for making your own button up square neck top. Essentially it was just adding that panel onto the front, so it was super easy, and then adding some lovely little buttons, and I can't wait to make more variations of this. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed following along. Let us know in the comments if you're going to be making it for yourself, and if you do share it on social media, make sure to hashtag square neck top or square neck top hack and tag us at Friday Pattern Company so we can see your makes. And that's it. So if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to this channel, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye!